Well, thank you, Chairman Latta. And just before we consider the bills before us today, I really want to put them in the context of the moment that we're in and reflect on that. This subcommittee has held 4 hearings so far this Congress, all focused on the skyrocketing energy demand, and witnesses representing every segment of the energy sector have made it clear that we need more, not less, energy production, and that we need more investment in energy innovation. And instead of listening to the experts' guidance on these pressing matters, the Trump administration is instead slashing federal investments that Congress has made in energy projects, and implementing and instituting these tariffs that are going to drive up electricity costs, and our constituents are going to see that on their electric bills. But rather than doing anything to stop the president and the administration's actions to take over the role of Congress, whether it's the appropriations that we've made, the projects that we've authorized, or our ability and responsibility to deal with tariffs, we are acting as like it's business as usual around here, and it's not. And making matters worse, the reconciliation bill that the House just passed cut investments in energy efficiency and in innovation and in deployment of these technologies that we've been talking about on our committee are so important. Just last week, the Department of Energy announced $3.7 billion in cuts to the DOE Office of Clean Energy demonstration programs, and they included groundbreaking projects in the Gulf Coast, in the area that I represent, that would have provided and guaranteed good jobs for folks who work in the energy industry, and they would have built on Texas's leadership in the technologies of the future, like hydrogen and carbon capture. And I think it's really important to recognize that in 2023, Texas generated more electricity and produced more oil and natural gas than any other state. Texas led U.S. states in wind power generation, and Texas led in solar generation. We were second in solar generation and battery storage. So we can do it all. In Texas, we are doing it all. And we've made huge strides in permitting reform and in grid interconnection, the kinds of things we're talking about here. And I just want to remind my colleagues that those investments were driven by our Republican governors, Governor Bush and Governor Perry. This should not be partisan. It doesn't need to be partisan. So I hope we can do that important work here, including permitting reform, and be visionary on this committee and expand and invest in these resources rather than limit and constrain our ability to have that vision and to move us into the future, because that is what energy dominance really is. Thank you, and I yield back.